Jade B. I am so excited because we have our very first guest, and she is my Gen Z little sister. She's the host of Tearing It Up with Taryn Lamb. It is Taryn Lamb.
Hey guys.
I'm so happy you're here. To break the fourth wall, this is our third time recording this episode.
Yeah.
Because
let's just come clean here for a second.
But normalize like not getting it right the first time.
No, we seriously, like we've tried and we've failed, and that's okay. Like it's so okay to try and fail. So like, let's just do it again.
Well, and people underestimate how hard it is to podcast, like and really like have an engaging conversation with someone for like 45 minutes
and like
to an
not
hour.
fuck it up like multiple times.
Yeah. Especially when you're like first starting out a podcast, you're trying to like figure out the direction.
Your groove.
It's like, you know, that that Boston influencer is like, you try being an influencer for a day.
Michaela Nogari or Nogari. I don't know how to say her last name.
Is that what we sound like right now?
Try being and she's like, I just finished work and it's 4 p.m. I'm like, girl, I
did everyone else.
hate to break it to you, but like work actually ends at 5 for most people. So like that was a crazy.
Podcasting isn't hard. It's just like, it is a muscle that you have to learn to flex.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling you because you were being so hard on yourself. And I'm like, you just started.
Yeah.
It's like when you look back at your 2020 TikTok videos. Like,
oh my God. Okay. Yeah. No, it's so true. Cause it isn't hard. It's similar to like making content.
Yeah.
Making content isn't necessarily hard unless of course you're doing like crazy editing, but it's like, it's so hard to like find your flow and your groove and not overthink it. And Jade literally just looked up my name on TikTok and was watching my old videos from like 2021, which I didn't even know when you look up my name. Apparently those are the videos that pop up and she's like, who is this? And I was like, dude, and I was looking at them like, damn, like what the, like, so vastly different now
than you are now.
And it took so long to like get to the point where I feel way more comfortable posting on the internet. And it's the same thing with podcasting. Like, you just have to keep doing it and failing and trying till you like figure out your groove. And that's exactly what we're doing. So.
Yeah. So let's bring it back to when I first met you, because like it was probably maybe like November last year.
Like almost a year ago.
Yeah. And we were like at this dinner.
It was like a dinner with all the girlies, like a bunch of girlies, like creator girlies. Like somehow it got organized, a bunch of us.
Yeah. I think it's like Meg is kind of like the common thread through a lot of people.
Meg Coleman is the girly who she's a lash and brow and makeup artist, and she does everybody's lashes, brows, makeup, and so she's just like the common thread that like tied all of us together, and that's how I met Jade. Yeah,
so we're at this girls' dinner. It's like Catherine Lockhart with like all of her like makeup that she can't use anymore because it's like disrupting her endocrine or whatever. Like, what is her thing? Like endocrine disruptors. So she's like, here, do you want this? I'm like, give me.
Yeah,
like,
we were like rating her makeup bags, and then
Eleanor,
a bunch
Katie,
of the girlies, the Austin girlies, and so I didn't really know anyone. I walk in, I see Jade sitting there, and I'm instantly like, this girl seems so cool.
I was like, oh my God, Taryn Lamb, that girl's blowing up on TikTok right now. I wonder what
I thought you were
like.
so cool. I was a little intimidated. I was like, she seems like so, because I'd already stalked your socials before, and I was like, oh my God,
she's such a bitch. That's what I feel like some people think
like,
I'm gonna
I thought
be.
You were like 28 years old.
Really?
I did.
Oh my God, that like makes me feel so happy. But I feel like with you are one of the people you meet off the internet where you are like even better in person, you know? Like there's some people you meet and it's just like not the same and it's like worse, but like being your friend, like I see your content and it's like, that is you know?
Thank you.
Which is what you want. Like you don't want to be someone you're not.
And it didn't used to be that way. Like my content used to be like, what are you trying to do? I watched an old draft the other day and I'm going like, and I'm talking literally in this cadence. When did we stop smiling with our teeth in photos? Why is everyone going like this now?
You're like, hot take.
I'm like, hot take. My hot take is you look pretty with your teeth in photos.
That is so funny. But like, okay, so because this is the tea with JB and because like I can't help but like talk shit, like there's so many people that I meet that I'm like, okay, you are a fucking dud. Like, how are you so like charismatic online and like you're a dud in person? But like, I wanted to talk about like influencer icks, but like I have so many influencer
get us going.
Okay, so I really hate, like, I want the girlies to stop saying like, excuse my appearance, I look so terrible. Like either put on some fucking makeup and record or just like raw dog the camera with your ugly face.
I hate when people say like, sorry, I look homeless. Oh my fucking God. Like, I hate that. Like they'll be in like sweats and be like, sorry guys, I kind of look like homeless right now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Or like Adam Sandler is my fashion inspiration. I'm like, no, he's fucking not. He's not your fashion inspiration. Like you just heard that from 5 other influencers and now you're saying it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. What's your next one?
Okay.
I'm like thinking of mine. You didn't prepare me for
Okay,
this.
here's another one. A lot of new faces around here. I just wanted to reintroduce myself. A lot of new faces around here.
I feel like I'm probably guilty of this in the past. At some point when I gained like followers on Instagram, I probably was like, new faces. But now, I don't know. Now I do when I see that, I'm like,
it's so millennial to say that.
It is so millennial. A lot of new faces.
Yeah, because it's like, you just got some new followers. Why don't you just say that? Like, I like just saying the thing.
I also think people hate when influencers set up their phone and are like on their Instagram stories like, hey guys, good morning. Just wanted to pop on.
I hate the pop on.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on and show you my current obsession.
Like, you don't have to tell us you're popping on because you've actually just popped on. Like, I am seeing your face.
Or like, oh my God, okay guys, I'm running to go do a million things right now, but I just wanted to pop on and show you guys this new tank from like fucking Amazon. Like, like
me.
You've already popped on. Like, you don't need to tell us that you're popping on.
I know. I think a lot of people also hate when influencers say like, you guys, and I always say that.
I do say that. I'm guilty of that.
I'm like, guys, guess what?
When I used to really scare me to talk on my Instagram story. For me, that was the most vulnerable thing. Like, it wasn't making TikToks. It wasn't posting on it. It was talking on my, and you probably see, I rarely talk on my Instagram story. I don't know why. It kind of freaks me out. And I feel like there's definitely been times where I have attempted and I've been like, hey, you guys. Like, cause it's just like, I don't know why it's so vulnerable. Because then you can like see everyone viewing it and it's just, they're viewing it in real time and you're like, I don't know, it freaks me out.
No, it is weird that you can see like who saw it.
Yeah.
Like,
and like when TikTok, I post like a reel, deadass, I click the post button and I throw my phone like across the room for like 4 hours.
Do you think that Instagram stories and using Instagram in general is very millennial?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Like, I think I never scroll Instagram reels.
You don't?
I never scroll them. I scroll TikTok. If I'm going to scroll, I'm scrolling on TikTok. And I think something that's more millennials, y'all. My friends text me the other day and go, Taryn, you say y'all now that you moved to Texas? I'm like, doesn't everyone say y'all? Do you not? I love y'all.
No.
I never scroll Instagram reels.
Okay, but
ever. And I feel like millennials love, I have to say something. I feel like millennials love scrolling Instagram reels, sending them. And then your post the other day was so millennial because I sent Jade a meme that I thought was funny. And she posted on her story and goes, when your Gen Z friend at Taryn Lamb sends you memes, laugh emoji. And I was like, that caption is so millennial.
I knew
like,
you were going to
like say. When your friend, like, you know, like that's so millennial.
I knew you were going to
like with the laughing emojis.
I was like, Taryn is going to think I'm so chug with like,
it was so funny.
It's so funny. But okay, here's why I scroll for my For You page because I like consuming that content. Yeah. On my reels, it's like cringe watching.
Yeah, that's true. If I was more I think I should get more into cringe watching. Yeah. Reels is crazy.
There are so many, but now I'm like, okay, when is it considered punching down? Cause I love posting people's reels and just like talking shit about it. But then it's like, it's almost too real sometimes because I'll see these girls and they're like putting on body butter and it's like, wait, why does this have 20,000 likes? And then because this is fucking weird. And then I go to the comments and everyone's talking shit about her. And I'm like, this is fucking funny. But then I'm like, it's too mean. It's borderline mean.
Yeah, like there's a line there.
Yeah, and I try to like to not be like so mean, but I do, you know.
Your Instagram stories are so funny. She's always like, my algorithm's back at it again today.
I'm on like a lot of trad wife TikTok or Instagram reels. I'm on super ultra Christian where they're like, here's 3 ways to avoid when somebody tries to gossip with you. And I'm like, okay, how did this end up on mine? Like they just know. Or I'm also like on this new algorithm that's like really bad gym form. And it's people that are like doing the craziest things with their back and like they're like doing RDLs with like their backs hunched.
Why?
I don't know, but I like am obsessed with it.
Okay. I don't know. I need to look at reels. The only time I look at reels is my mom sends me 40 a day. And that's why I'm saying it's like more millennial and boomer. Like my mom loves Instagram reels.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm good with the moms because you said your mom like sees.
My mom loves your content.
Yeah. Like boomers really love my content. They think I'm funny. Millennials really love my content. But like I wanted to ask you like, what could I do? Because I really need to win the Gen Z back because I kind of like started on like an accidental war with them. And I want to be like transgenerational.
Okay.
Like because I am so millennial, you know?
Yeah.
Like what makes, because I feel like what's your
Truly
demographic?
What I think would work is you watching Love Island and yapping about it.
Okay.
You would win us back in a heartbeat.
Do you think I need to like write?
That's like my whole For You page is Love Island edit after Love Island edit after, and they have like so like. Okay. Gen Z is going bananas
over Love Island. Mm-hmm. That's what I need to do. Who's your favorite on there?
Cordell. He just got in the show. He was like, Serena, who he was with, asked him like, what's like your aspirations and goals? And he's like, I want to do partnerships. Like I want a partnership. He's like, I want a partnership with Cheez-Its. Like that was like his dream. And it was so funny in the show because he was so dead ass. And then now he just launched his Cheez-It partnership.
So what is he doing? Just like a brand deal, or is like, does he have his own line of Cheez-Its?
Like he has his own box, like custom Cordell Cheez-Its. It's iconic. He's my favorite. I think he's hilarious. Like, but like an unintentionally hilarious. Like he wasn't trying to be funny. Yeah. But he's funny.
Okay. Cause I listened to Call Her Daddy with Leah on there. Cause I was like, okay, I need something to see like if I need to dig in. And she sold me on it.
I like her a lot.
Yeah. So do you like Leah?
Yeah, I definitely liked Leah a lot.
Because when I was listening to the interview, it seemed like she was like kind of controversial.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know I feel like most people are team Leah. Mm-hmm. I do think though, cause it was like kind of Leah and Andrea were like pitted against each other because Leah was with Rob and then Rob went to Andrea.
Okay. The overall
And then after the show, people were so mean to this Andrea girl on the internet, which whatever, like they were making fun of her. Okay. Mm-hmm. But then they came for her looks and were like, you're so ugly. And like, we're making edits with the sound that was like, damn, you're ugly. And like, I was like, that's so fucking mean.
No,
like,
I don't like that shit.
That's where I'm like, y'all are crossing the line. Like, that's not okay. Like the body shaming shit and like calling her ugly. That's where I was like, this is insane. Like people are crazy off. Like this show is everyone in a chokehold. So.
I don't like when people talk shit about people's looks because it's like, it's such like, it's boring. Like it's not interesting to me. I think it's like funnier when you can find something that like is their personality, the quirk or something. Like I think that's more creative. And I think like the trolls that do that, it's just like they don't.
Yeah. Like I want to see what you look like.
So I need to, for business, I will watch Love Island. If it's good for biz.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else would be good for your biz.
I feel like my stuff is so millennial where I'm like a day in my life in Austin, Texas. You know?
I think you're so funny though. And like just your normal self that like you should just try setting up your camera, recording really long clips and just like being your funny self that you would be at home and then like editing it down versus like doing the voiceover and making the production. Like just make like funny clips of you doing your day to day.
That's kind of what you do. Like when we were at Chili's, like you were recording and I didn't know what the fuck you were doing.
Yeah. But like then I just leave the camera recording. Sure. It's a long ass clip. It takes me forever to edit it, but then I go through and I'm like, that's good.
Okay.
Like that's because I think people like the more like raw, authentic, you feel like you're actually there with the person versus the like, good morning. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I've tried my fair share of those videos too. So I don't even know. I'm still figuring out what the fuck my content style is.
Yeah, but you have really good advice with that kind of stuff. I feel like anyone can like take that advice, you know? Because there was another thing, and I'll never forget this because it actually like low key was some of the best advice I've heard. Because we were talking shit. Because we were talking shit about someone's content. And you were like, I know nothing about this person's life. Like, what makes me invested in them?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's such a good point. Like, you do have to get people invested in your life.
Yeah, I think that's like what gets me like to like a creator is I start to know things about them outside of just, you know, their videos or whatever. Like you have to like teach them about yourself and like get people to be interested in you, whether it's like your relationship or what you do or your work or whatever. So I think you have to just be more like vulnerable, share things. Like you have to share things.
I have to show Mr. Roberts.
You got to show your man every now and again if you want to.
I know. Then he's going to become a star just like Rafa. Rafa's a star.
I never saw that coming, truly. I was like, you know what? I am going to, okay, this is so funny, but I like last year or whatever, I don't know, a year into our relationship, like I rarely ever posted him on Instagram. Like I would post every now and again, like he'd be in a dump, but like I rarely posted him on Instagram. And one day he was like, dude, like, why do you like never like, you don't really post me on Instagram? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just like weirded me out to like share a bunch about my relationship on Instagram. And I was like, I just feel like I had a much larger male audience at the time. I was like, I'm gonna get so many followers once I launch this man. But then we had a conversation. I was like, you know what? No, like I just need to like get over that. Like, let me start. I'm gonna start sharing my relationship more. And I did. And I had no idea how people were going to react to it. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, people love this stuff.
Yeah. And you guys are both so good at it. And Rafa is so like low key. Like he's such a calm person, but he's so engaging to watch too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's good on the camera, but he wasn't when we first started. When we first started, he's like, what do I say? What do I do? Do I look weird? I don't like that. So that's same with Rafa. Like we just had to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like anything.
We need to talk about Rafa because you guys are moving in together.
We are.
We both are like in our like, wifey or like, you know, plain house era?
We are. I'm scared, but excited.
You are?
I'm a little scared.
Because we both have also lived with other people before.
Yeah.
Which is
a
like
little PTSD.
No, literally. Do you have PTSD? Because I do.
Not PTSD from like, oh, it was a traumatic experience, but more so like,
it didn't work out.
Yeah, I just had such high hopes and then it didn't work out and it was like a slap in the face and like, I was like, what? Yeah. And I just don't want that to happen again, but I don't think it will because
I don't.
Moving in with my ex, like we didn't have conversations of like, what are our boundaries? How do we want this to go? What are our intentions? How are we going to set up our days? Like it was just like move in and hope for the best, fingers crossed. And then it went to shit. But this one, it's like Rafa and I've had so many conversations about what we expect. Yeah.
So you guys are very intentional.
Yeah. We've been like, this is going to be a boundary. Or like we'll find ourselves doing something like a bad habit at home. Like we'll stay up super late when we have to get up early watching a show, another episode. And like, we'll be like, no, like we're not doing this. Once we live together, we need to put the foot down and hold each other accountable. Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same with me. Like when I first moved in with my ex, we were so young. We just like moved in together. We were always fighting, like literally always fighting, always screaming at each other. He would like make fun of me for watching the Housewives. I'm like, that's literally like 50% of my personality that you like just hate like about me. And I remember we were at dinner with my grandma once and he was just like ripping into me. He was like, yeah, all she does is watch the Housewives. She doesn't clean. My grandma's like, oh, but she has like other qualities. Like, he's like, yeah, but like she
has
watches
nice titties.
Yeah. I'm like,
like at least she has nice titties. Like what the fuck?
And like with Mr. Roberts, like we really like, we're so intentional with like our communication. So what are like good boundaries that you guys set? Cause like,
I think there's like the four main ones are, I mean, obviously finances, like discussing what you're okay with spending and what you aren't. Cause I feel like if you don't do that, then like down the line, you'll be like, well, I pay more. So I should call the shots on this, or, you know, like really like level setting where you're comfortable with like finances. And even just like, if I want some ridiculously expensive mirror and he could give a fuck, it's like that's on having conversations of like, is that on me? Is that both of us? Like things like that.
Yeah.
And then I would say the second one being, hold on.
The money thing is uncomfortable.
Yeah. The money thing's awkward. Like, and that was like a hard thing. That's like, it's so,
we had to do that too.
It shouldn't be hard to talk about, but it is.
Yeah.
And that's something I think you have to do before you move in. And then one thing I talked about a lot on the episode I released this week is like dependency, because when I lived with my ex, I was just so dependent on him. I didn't know how to like go do errands without him. I did everything with him. Car wash, you're coming with me. Like I just forgot how to, and I'd also moved here and I didn't know anyone. So I didn't really I only had like one or two close friends who also had their own lives. So it was either do stuff alone or do stuff with him. And he didn't also have a lot of friends either because he just moved here. So it was just easy to do it together. And then by the time we broke up, I was like, I don't know how to do anything. Like I remember going to Target and being like, I feel uncomfortable and weird.
Really?
Like I don't like this feeling. So it took a long time. So Rafa and I really talked about how like, I love spending time with him and it's always convenient to just sit on the couch and watch TV and do everything together. And, I need to go do this. Let's go do it together. But like, we need to be like, no, I'm going to go do errands by myself just to have time to myself. And so we've really set like, we're going to try to put this amount of hours a week to either being with our friends independently, being alone independently, working on stuff while we're both home in different rooms. Like, cause it's like, you can so quickly just start doing everything together. Totally. And then you like lose even that little spark of being like excited to see each other and catch up because you're just spending every second together and you get like, I don't know. So that's a big one, the dependency. And then I think just like habits. Like I moved in with my ex and didn't realize that like he had developed a habit for the last few years that like he loved to sleep in really late, go to bed really late, stay up playing video games. I needed to get up and go to my job. Like, and then I would just get pissed that like I would come home and he would still be asleep and it was 11 and like things like that. It's like stupid little things, but like you have to talk about it. Like what are your expectations and how can we meet in the middle? Because it's like, if your habits don't align, like I don't, at least in the important things, like I don't think it'll go well.
Yeah. Especially health and wellness. Like I remember I got into going to the gym regularly and my ex would never work out ever, which is kind of weird. Cause like guys, like you should, working out is for the boys, you know, like it's for the girls, but it's also like,
it's definitely for the boys.
Yeah. And like, it was so unattractive once I started like treating myself with more respect and he didn't. I was like, why are you so fucking lazy?
And then you can get pissed and be like, internally just be like, well, I worked out this morning and you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, and that just like, it pisses you off. It gives you the ick, whatever. And then slowly you just start arguing about shit. Like
totally.
You just need to be aligned. You don't have to do everything the exact same.
Yeah.
But I think you just like, you need to talk about it. It just comes down to communication. Dude.
Yeah.
It really does.
Okay, wait, what's the tea? Cause like, okay, we both have like lived with men and then had to like unlive with men. Like, how do you like move out of someone's house? Like it is the most awkward thing ever.
Oh my God. Well, so my ex and I were living together and we broke up like a month or two before the lease ended and he stayed till the lease ended. So I was living with my ex while we were not together in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Stop.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
And it was so fucking awkward.
That
it
is
was
awkward.
So awkward. Like there was obviously after a point, like we were not sleeping in the same bed. Like,
Yeah.
one was on the couch, one was in the bed. I was in the bed. And like, we were just like living, like leading our lives separately, like crossing paths and not really talking. Like it was so awkward, but luckily in my case, he actually moved back to where we're both from because he had gotten a job there, whatever. And his plan was to move back and I stayed in Austin. So I kept the apartment. I kept all the furniture. I kept everything. I kept living my life. Like we got 2 cats together.
Yeah.
I kept the cats.
I love that.
I kind of just kept living my life, but he was gone obviously. And so it was weird to adjust. And like I said, in kind of the episode I did was like, I just had to like exposure therapy. Okay. I'm going to try to go eat at Pho Please tonight by myself and like see how I feel about it. And that really pushed me to like make friends. I didn't really have a lot of friends until that happened. I was like, what the fuck do I do now? So I started like trying to force myself to be really social.
I think if you're in a situation where you're either broken up, like you're single or you are dating someone and you don't have friends, like you really need to get friends. That's like something I realized because I was in like the boyfriend blindness situation with Mr. Roberts and I like looked around. It was like the haze like kind of started to like fade and I was like, I have no fucking friends here.
Yeah. I had one friend.
It's like you need friends because the guys like I mean now I'm 36. I know like guys like will literally come and go. Yeah. Like I mean I love Nick so much. Like I hope we are together forever. But like there is a possibility that it's not. Yeah. And like I need friends because like.
But you know if it for some horrible reason it didn't work out, like it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
But friends, it's like you need friends.
Yeah.
But friends also come and go.
I know that's true. But yeah, mine was, well, I like tried living with 2 men. Like the Colorado situation was like.
Which one was worse?
Well, it was easier with the divorce because it was kind of a similar situation where it's like I got the house, but like he was in rehab. So I let all of his shit stay there.
Yeah.
And so like, and he was still paying me half rent because he was like, it was his situation. Yeah. Like I was like, if your shit's here, like he had nowhere to put his stuff because he was like in rehab for like 90 days. And I was like, all right, keep your shit here. But you have to pay half rent.
Yeah. And then did he just like come get it?
Yeah, but it was there for like a year. Like I'm not even kidding you. Yeah, like it was crazy. That was like a situation. It was like very blurry boundaries.
Yeah, and it's hard I think to like continue it was hard to continue living in the space that we had moved in together. Yeah. You know, and like furnished together and done all these things together. It was kind of hard at first. Yeah. But then I did get over it.
I got over it real quick.
Once I got over it, I was living my best fucking life in Austin. I was
the best.
Single. I like had made friends because I just decided like I'm gonna start going on like friend dates with random girls like from Instagram DMs that I would like DM on Instagram, be like, hey, you look cool, do you want to hang out? And like I just started like putting myself out there, meeting people through other people, whatever. And I was just like living my best life. And then I was like, nah, I love this place.
No, it's the best feeling when you get out of that relationship that feels like it's kind of like you're in a cage and then you like are free. And then you get to like go on dates and you're like, oh my God, I'm going on dates and I'm like exploring a new place.
It was so fun. And then I felt like, like I started like living in Austin, like going out. I was, oh my God, drinking so much.
Because I don't know you in that era.
So hard.
Really? Where would you go?
I was drinking like 3 nights a week, but Friday and Saturday, like, no, but like Friday and Saturday, like drinking and like staying out till the bars closed every night and waking up at like, I remember going to bed, the birds were chirping.
Oh my God.
Like all the time. Especially after I met Rafa because he loves to rave and like go to concerts, and we would go to concerts till like really, really late. And we were just running around Austin all like the first year of our relationship. Yeah,
that's hard. Well, okay, because I moved here when I was like 32 or something, but like I can't imagine living in Austin like at your age where
so fun.
Everyone's young. Everyone here is young. Like this is a very, very young city. And like, it's so easy to go, because I would go out and rage like every single night. I was like going out, not every single night, but every single night of the weekend. and it's just easy to like party here.
It's so easy. When my parents visited, they were walking around and they go, we haven't seen one person with like gray hair.
Yeah.
They were like, why is everyone so young? Like, it's so weird. But it's so, yeah. And then when you first move here and it's like new shiny toy, like going out, I was going out on Rainy. I was at Unbar. I was catapulting myself down that slide, having the best time ever.
Oh my God,
I don't know if I would have quite as much fun on Rainy Street.
Wait,
now,
okay. That brings me into, I have some like fuck, marry, kills for you. Because we are, first of all, so similar. I think we are very similar people. We're both like Libras. We're balanced. Like we're healthy girlies, but we also like fucking love to eat.
And yeah,
we're like balanced.
Good old cocktail.
Yeah, love a cocktail. Love some sucralose.
Like I'm all about balance. Like last night, I had a huge Cabo Bob's and I baked 2 cookies and I had 2 peanut butter cups and it was fucking phenomenal. But I worked out this morning. Like I work out so I can eat.
Same.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like I try to stay healthy literally just so I can eat all the foods that I like.
That's same with me too. Also, working out does make me feel like better when I do eat. Not in the way where it's like physical, but like I think it like helps your stomach.
It does. Yeah. So we're all about balance. I love like a balanced lifestyle. Like I do not need to eat perfectly healthy every single day and never have some fucking sucralose.
We're not Liv Schmidt
over here. No, we're not. Like, fuck, no, we're not. I'm going to live in balance until I can't no more.
Okay. I don't know if this one's going to get us in trouble, but
oh no.
Fuck, marry, kill, cowboy, whiskey, Rafa. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Literally, I love whiskey to death, but dude, he pissed all over my fucking carpeting yesterday and all over the litter mat and like,
You're
he
a
is
cat
on
girl.
My shit list right now. He is on my shit list.
I thought the whole point of cats was that they weren't like supposed to do shit like that.
Dude, I've had the cat, like both of them 3 years and they usually don't fuck up, but like sometimes they'll just one day be like, fuck you. And
doesn't cat pee like smell worse?
Yeah.
Than
And so
dog pee?
I've been cleaning for like 24 hours straight. Like today I was mopping, I was vacuuming. Like it's.
Okay.
But I love them.
Which one was that? Cowboy?
Whiskey.
Sorry, whiskey. You're out. But Cowboy and Rafa, you can stay.
Have you ever had like a guy that's like really into like being with an older woman? Like that's been like, I love that. Like, you know, like kind of guy, what are they called? Like, I don't know. Like some guys love
that's like not my vibe. I know people are like age is just a number, but I really don't think it's just a number. Like it's really not. Like there is a maturity there, and I've like hung out with like younger guys like just in groups and stuff, and I'm just like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
I can't even do
about?
Younger men.
Yeah,
and like I wouldn't want to be with a 24-year-old.
And I think like I see like Kristen Cavallari, and I love Kristen Cavallari, but like she's also like built her business, she's built her life, she's had her kids, so yeah, like go fuck around with like a younger guy. Like there's like no consequences there, you know?
But like for long term, like why?
Yeah, like for me, like I want to have kids. Like why would I want to have kids? Like I physically, emotionally cannot relate to a 24-year-old man.
Oh my God, you'd be the funniest mom.
I would.
I want you to be my mother. Can I somehow be the child that comes out of you?
We did this the last time we fucking recorded, but I think it's such a funny thing because like there are so many like millennial things that I love that I like realize like, oh my God, that's like actually so millennial, not Gen Z. So we're going to do the millennial dupe of like things that are so millennial, and you're going to give us a dupe for like Gen Z.
Yeah, I love this. Let's do it.
Okay. So let's start out with MLMs. MLMs are so millennial.
Oh my God, MLMs are so millennial.
So what's our Gen Z dupe?
TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like we know this, like TikTok shop is literally the Gen Z MLM.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's on there like, this is what pissed me off about it. Everyone is on there and they're like, they have a paper clip and they're like, these are the viral magnetic paper clips that are only available on TikTok shop. Or like, I'll see one for like Benetton, like the benefits. And it's like, holy shit, I got Benetton for the price of a Whataburger only on TikTok shop. I'm like, what? First off, how? There's like things that should be so like they're so highly discounted. It's like, this is fake. Like this shit's gonna poison me. Like I don't understand. It's like, okay, so I think that 100%.
100%. And like we've both made videos about this, but like cortisol face. You're not ugly, it's cortisol face. Your lower belly pooch can be, you need to get your cortisol in check.
They act like every problem in my life would be solved if I drank this stupid fucking like powder that lowers your cortisol.
Do you think you're like a gullible person? Like, would you have ever fallen for that? Really?
Oh yeah. Well, I would have. Yeah. Like the flat tummy tea I felt. Oh my God. The second I saw that flat tummy tea and the bitches saying that they got skinny from it, I was in high school. I didn't even need to like lose weight.
Yeah.
Like, I was 16.
You're just like ordered.
And I don't know how I racked together the $40, but I did. I scraped my pennies together working at Bullwinkle's Family Fun Center, dressed up as the fucking moose, scooping ice cream for children. I scraped $40 together and I slammed that checkout button.
And then you got home, you made the tea, and then you shit your pants probably.
I shit my pants, and my mom was concerned. She was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you drinking this tea every morning? And that was like right when online shopping began. And I remember my parents thinking like online shopping, like they're going to steal your credit card information. Like, what is this? They were so sus of it. Oh my God. I remember those days. Like we couldn't order shit online until like, I don't know.
I know. I was going to ask you like cause I never ordered anything online, I think until I was in college.
Yeah.
And that was like crazy. Wait, there was this podcast I used to listen to, and it was like one of the very first podcasts. Like this is like 2011, and her name was like Grace Helbig. Do you remember her? She was like a YouTuber.
No.
Like OG. But she would end her podcast with every guest asking them, because everyone has a shitting your pants story.
Yes.
And if you don't, it's coming for you.
Okay.
Like I hate when girls are like, I've never shit my pants.
That's
like,
insane.
Okay, well,
Yes,
you will. Yeah. You will. But like she would ask the guests to explain their shitting their pants story in 3 words. And that's it. Like you don't have to give an explanation. Oh. So I'll go first and I'll tell you mine in 3 words. Go. And then you tell yours. Okay. Mine is X, Cancun, Chicago.
Okay. Mine is wasted. El Alma. Wasted, El Alma. This was a traumatic experience.
It's like all coming back.
All coming back. Wasted, El Alma. Painful.
That's really good. No, I like feel like I know. Like, and I don't need any more details. Mine are X Cancun leggings.
I have another one too. Okay. Another story, and this one's from college. It would be Calvin Klein. Neighbor trash can. I don't know. That
shitting your pants, like, it's so humbling. I'll never forget seeing Kennedy Urick on when she was talking about shitting your pants, because me and my sister talk about shitting our pants all the time. Like it's a big thing in our family. And when she posted that video where she was like, I shit my pants on the wall, I was like, wait, she is one of us.
She did?
I think it's like one of her like first viral things.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
It was so fucking funny.
So funny. I feel like she like broke the barrier of being able to just let's like normalize shitting your pants on the
Literally,
internet.
let's normalize shitting your pants. I thought that was so fucking funny. And then she was like, funny. It was on the wall. I'm like, that is tea right there. Okay, let's go back to our dupes. Okay, Bravo. Bravo is so millennial. Like, do you know any one of your friends that watch Bravo?
The only like thing I know of Bravo is like, I do know that some of my friends watch Vanderpump. I've never seen it. And then my mom used to love Housewives.
Really?
Yeah. She loved Salt Lake Housewives. And she loved Beverly Hills, like back when it like first started a decade or so ago. A long ass time, more than that.
2010.
Yeah. And then she loved Salt Lake. So I'd watch a few episodes here and there with her, but I've never really watched Bravo other than that. A dupe for Bravo, I would say for Gen Z is like, it's all the like shitty, corny Netflix, Peacock, reality TV. It's Love is Blind, which is a little millennial for sure. But like, I still think Gen Z likes Love is Blind. Too Hot to Handle for sure. That is the most Gen Z shit. And honestly, it sucks. It's such
Harry Jowsey?
Yeah, it's such a bad show, but I watch it every time. Like it's like basically like, let's try to put a bunch of horny young people in a villa, like, but they like have to amp up their horniness. I think the producers make them do it where they're like sitting with someone and they're like, oh, I just want to like fuck you so bad. And I'm like, this is not real. Like that's like their producers are telling them to like act uncontrollably horny. So it's like kind of weird. Too Hot to Handle. And then obviously like Love Island. What's another one?
The Ultimatum.
The Ultimatum. I do like The Ultimatum.
Yeah.
I think those are like the dupe for Bravo, but Love Island for sure right now. It has everyone in a chokehold. It's crazy.
I'm going to watch Love Island now that you said like Gen Z will like me.
But get ready because there's what, like 40, 50 episodes?
How the fuck do you watch that?
We would watch it every single day.
How?
I'd make time. Because I could not bear to get on the internet and see spoilers.
Really?
No.
Okay. Okay. This is crazy because the last time we recorded this, first of all, Sex and the City came out the year you were born, which is wild. And you've never seen it, which is even more wild.
And it's funny because I'm going to New York on Monday and I'm like, I'm going to make so many, like, I want to make like Carrie Bradshaw TikToks because of like my hair and stuff. People will be like, oh my God, Carrie Bradshaw. Obviously I know who Carrie Bradshaw is and she's fucking gorgeous. I actually looked her up on Pinterest last night. Her outfit's 8.
Slayed. Oh my God. You would love watching Sex in the City. You need to watch because like the places they go to eat are like real restaurants in New York.
She's my style inspo and I've never even seen the show.
You are so Carrie Bradshaw vibes, like with your style, like because she always had the best hair.
I'm obsessed with her, so I need to watch it. I just think the reason I haven't is it's such an undertaking because it's like a lot of seasons.
But it's a good.
But I don't think Sex in the City can be duped. I feel like it's like an iconic show that like everyone loves. But if I had to say, I don't know.
Okay, can't be duped.
I mean, I literally don't think it can be duped. Like, because I'm thinking like New York. Yeah. And I think Gossip Girl, but like those are two different. You can't compare those two, and Gossip Girl's pretty old too.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I will say that I think is a good dupe for Sex in the City is Girls, the show. You also should watch that one.
I know.
Because Jake Shane, he's like Gen Z's like king. He's like, you guys bow down to this guy. He loves Girls. It's okay, I'll watch it. Good. And it's a little bit more relatable. Like Sex in the City is not relatable at all. Like one of the girls, Samantha, she's like very sexual. She's like, honey, why don't you just fuck him in the bathroom? Like that's like the vibe of it. But like Girls is like, it's like realistic. It's realistic. And it came out in 2012. They were like 23, 24. It was like when I was that age too.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, this is what it's like to live with your friend after college. Like this is what it's like dating a guy that you dated in college and now like you're breaking up and like, you don't know how to tell him you're breaking up.
Okay, I love it. I'm going to watch this. What's it on?
It's on HBO or Max or whatever. That's like the worst brand ever. Max. Why would you be HBO and have this like insane brand and come out with HBO Max and then you cut
just
off
Max. Worst name ever.
Like who's like, I'm going to watch that on Max.
That was for sure a millennial decision.
No, 1,000,000%. It's like changing Twitter to X. Like Twitter is the perfect name. You say, I tweeted.
It's so good.
I'm getting on Twitter. Like X.
The second it rebranded, I never went on it again.
No. X is like very much for people who like love drama, that pretend like they don't love drama. It's like.
I agree.
You are very mindful with your audience. Like you really, really care. And I do. Like I don't. Like I like the people who like me. I was
scared to come on this today.
No, literally, you're always so scared. But like the people who get me and that fuck with me, they get me.
Yeah.
And I see people who like really like me and then they'll disagree with a lot of shit I say. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't deter me from where I'm going. Yeah. You know?
I mean, I don't think people like giving me a hate comment that's like, you're ugly, like that doesn't affect me. I don't care. You could literally come for my appearance any day and like I'm not, that doesn't do anything. It's like when you come for my character that I'm like, fuck. Like that's that shit.
Yeah, like
this shit'll get me. But also I'm like, no, I know myself and if you want to say that, like whatever. But I don't know, I go really back and forth with it, but I am mindful. What was the question?
I forget.
Like, what was the question?
When you were quitting your job, I remember you called me because you're like, I want to do this on my own. Like, I want to start my own thing. Like, how did you start your own thing? Like, I'm nervous, like whatever. And I'm like, and I feel so protective over you sometimes. So I'm like, what you gonna tell them to suck your fucking dick?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't know how people will take this. Like, I was a little bit worried. Like, how do I frame it? Like, what am I doing? And Jade was like, what? Why do you give a shit?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fucking, I'm like, huh? Like, what do you mean? I don't know. I think, but I honestly sometimes wish I cared a little less.
Yeah, but that'll come with age.
It will. And time, I feel like I've only really had an audience
for a year.
I've been doing TikTok for a few years, whatever. But like having an audience of people that are like giving me opinions and like reaching out to me, that's only been for like a year. So it's just all new. I'm like figuring out how to brand myself and
your brain is just forming. Like your brain is freshly, like the lobes have just touched each other.
The lobes are like just kind of caressing each other. And like I've like this whole year I've felt that happening. Like what is 25? I've been so back and forth of like, do I like this or do I like that? Like I still don't feel like I know myself fully in the sense of like, what do I like and what do I don't like? How do I feel about this? And how, like sometimes I do, but then sometimes I don't. I feel like I can go really back and forth. It pisses me off. I'm like, when is it going to just be developed?
It's not. It's going to be like 5 years before you like really understand who you are. But it's fun. This is like the fun time. Like I look back at my 20s. I'm like, I did not know who the fuck this girl was. And it was also, I was in my 20s and like the most like ugly time in history, you know, like that was when we were like not even wearing, like we didn't have makeup tutorials. So like our makeup was like, we were talking about this yesterday. It was just like orange on my face, 0 eyebrows. I plucked them all off. Like we just like didn't look cute, you know? And when I turned 30, I like blossomed.
That's
And you're like already like steps ahead, like way more ahead than I was.
Dude, but I kind of miss when like the full glam days when we were just like dumping MAC foundation on our faces.
2016.
Yeah, like those were kind of the vibes. Like instead of having like 18 bajillion clean beauty brands that we had to decipher from and clean girl makeup. And
I loved that.
Like, let's go back to like crusty girl makeup.
Crusty girl. I like teeter. Like when I like have time to do my makeup, I like go 2016 really quick, and I love it.
My 2016 makeup was like thick eyeliner and fake lashes.
Oh,
it was all for me. Lashes. It was all about the eye makeup.
Yeah.
I went hard on the eye makeup, whereas now I do nothing on the eyes, but I focus more on my face.
Same. And I like, if I have time, I will just like accidentally pound on the foundation, like that House Labs foundation. Like it gets real thick real quick.
Really? I've never used it.
It's so good. You should try it. I'm annoyed because the whole point of this podcast is like me spilling the tea, talking shit. The tea is like fucking stale this week. There was like no tea.
Yeah, there wasn't much. But I feel like we still just like yapped.
I know, but we still yapped. Like we're gonna yap. But okay, so I feel like you follow such different people than me, and because you're like 10 years younger, which is crazy. Like, did we even say that this episode that you're 10 years younger? That's wild.
10-year age gap.
You don't feel 10 years younger than me.
No, you don't feel 10. When we hang out, never do I think like we're 10 years apart. But I do think when I'm your age, like I'm going to be exactly like you.
You for sure. No, you're going to be so much better. Like you're
my role model.
Stop. No, you are going to be like, I'm telling you, you are so much more mature than I was at your age.
Stop.
It's crazy. Like but I'm also the oldest child. So like, I'm kind of figuring it out. Like you're the youngest. Mm-hmm. So I think the youngest are already like, they're exposed to more.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. Like I was like, were you like rolling around in the dirt at 25?
Like
just rolling in the dirt,
like
rolling
outside.
Down. Yeah, like outside.
Yeah, no. I don't ever go like outside like that.
See, I was rolling around in the dirt at like age 17.
Oh, one thing
with like a bottle of Burnett's and
like that.
Yeah, like that. You know, just like rolling around in the dirt, like
you drink Burnett's?
Waking up in a ravine, like you know what I mean?
Stop.
I was doing like, I feel like I had my crazy fucking era in high school.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was the most like off the rails, off the hinges and stuff in like high school. Whereas in college, I definitely still was for sure, especially the first few years. But then I like matured pretty quickly, I would say. I feel like I feel like I had my wild era young. I was stupid, just like immature. I really wanted to I had like fairly strict parents. So I really wanted to rebel.
Yeah.
So like the second I had the opportunity to drink, do anything, smoke weed, whatever, I was doing it. Second I had the opportunity to sneak out and go to a party, I was doing it. Like did not want to live by the rules. But then I think that just like made me mature faster in a sense because I just got it all out. And then I was like kind of over it.
Wait, one thing that I think is so fucking funny is that you would throw tantrums. And like you were like, cause I cannot picture, you need to share your tantrum remix.
Okay. Guys, let me play this for you. So backstory really quick. I used to throw crazy tantrums because like I said, my parents were fairly strict. I always wanted to break the rules. Like I was always getting in trouble. I was always getting caught. Like one thing fucking about me, I'm going to get caught. And the second I get caught, my mom would be like, you have no computer, you have no phone, and you're not going anywhere. And that would send me over the fucking edge. I remember once I had this like mini like claw machine in my room that like you could put like little things in and play the claw machine. It was like plastic. I punched it as hard as I could and broke it through the plastic. Like my whole fist went through this claw machine. I was just like, I did get my door taken off once. Okay. So this is the song, which honestly I deserved it. Like looking back, my mom went through it. I'm so sorry, Mom. Like I really put you through it. But backstory of this before I play it and everyone's like, what is this? I was having this massive tantrum in 8th grade because in 8th grade, I went to this middle school and there was 2 school districts in my district. And my parents told me that I was going to go to one and I wanted to go to the other because I'd made these friends that I was like smoking weed with behind church. Like we'd be like, oh, we're going to youth group. And like, we'd be like smoking weed behind the church and like walking around Safeway, which is like the grocery store being like, let's get some fucking animal crackers. Like just being idiotic. And yeah, I'd like to say I was going to like church and do that shit. And so anyways, but I made this friend group. I thought it was so cool. Like I was on top of the world. They were all going to this one high school. My mom told me you're going to the other one. Rocked my world. I was like, no, I'm not. I have no friends there. I freaked out. Had this massive tantrum. My older brother recorded it because he thought it was so funny. And then he and his friend made this dubstep remix out of this tantrum that I was having. So this is it. Let me just pull the TikTok up really quick. Nah, just wait for the drop. This is the drop.
I literally.
So, but this is the thing while you gather yourself is this, because my brother and I went to the same high school, this comes out, he's sending it to his friends. It circulates throughout the whole high school. I'm in theater class. Someone puts it on the loudspeakers. The whole school knows about this fucking song. So when I posted this TikTok, all these people from high school and college commented like, I remember this. And I'm like, oh my God. So it follows me through high school. I don't think it's funny at all at the time. I'm like mortified because it was a year prior. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Also, I now go to that high school that I was having the tantrum about going to. And so then it follows me to college because I went to college in the same state, and people that went to high school with me brought it to college. And one time, like at multiple frat parties, my friends thought it was hilarious to like go steal the aux, plug it in and play this song. And one time I got so mad at them. I was like, don't do that. And it like actually hurt me, but then I got over it. No. And now I think it's so funny. But I remember at the time, like I was so embarrassed.
Shut my fucking door.
Because my mom was telling me like, you're going and like, you're not going to the other school and you're not going to be hanging out with those kids anymore. Because they were bad influences. Yeah. She knew, Mom, you were right. They were horrible influences. We were all... And yeah, so. But
that's like, the reason why it's like so funny is because like every tantrum in my house was always like, shut my fucking door.
One time my mom said, empty the dishwasher. I refused and she goes, fine, I'm not cooking Thanksgiving dinner. And she didn't. So we had no Thanksgiving because I didn't empty the dishwasher. I ruined Thanksgiving dinner because I wouldn't empty the dishwasher. She was like, empty. I was like, no. And I refused. And she's like, all right, I'm not cooking then. She just threw it. She was like, I'm done with this shit.
I'm done with this.
I was like iconic, honestly.
That is honestly iconic.
So then my family's like, so no Thanksgiving? I was like, guess not.
Guess not. No, that's like me. Like I was always ruining things. Like it would be like a normal day and like I would ruin it.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
God, I just feel bad for my parents, dude. They had to go through it.
Like they were like that too. It's fine. Like that's kind of like the circle of life. But anyways, back to what we were saying. That is so funny. Okay. What are your favorite Gen Z following? The people you follow?
Okay. So I was thinking about this before because you told me we were going to talk about this. And when it comes to millennials, I don't follow that many.
Yeah.
But I have a huge list of the Gen Z ones, but for the millennials, you. Yeah. And Maggie Eats.
Who's Maggie Eats?
Maggie Eats. You would love her. She's so cute. And she always eats seafood boils. I feel like you've seen her. And she always eats seafood boils. She's just cute. She has a crazy weight loss journey that she's shared. Again, like she's an example of like, okay, sure, she makes mukbangs and eats.
Wait, but this girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she only has 9,000 followers on Instagram.
I think her TikTok's a lot bigger.
Oh, okay.
But she is like someone, okay, you make eating videos, but she's like shared so much about her life, like her weight loss journey. She was like, I don't know if she was an alcoholic, but she drank a lot. And with the second she stopped drinking, she said like it's all alcohol. She lost so much weight, I think. I don't know, don't quote me on this, but she blames a lot of her weight loss on stopping drinking. And I'm like, damn, maybe I gotta fucking go sober. Because now she looks amazing, but she has this crazy transformation.
Okay.
And
I'm going to follow her.
Really good food. And she does like little coffee time videos with her son. And I don't know, I just love her. I think she's so cute.
Maggie Eats.
Maggie Eats. You got to follow Maggie Eats. And then Gen Z. Oh my God. I think my favorites. Couple wise, I love Fernanda and Sebastian.
Who are they?
Oh my God.
Fernanda and Sebastian?
No, you know them.
Fernanda. Wait, Fernanda from Love is Blind?
No, this girl and Sebastian.
I don't know them.
Obsessed.
Okay, wait, they're millennials?
No. I'm on Gen Z. I'm obsessed with Fernanda and Sebastian.
So it's just for millennial follows you like me and Maggie Eats. That's it.
I think I have more, but like, I don't know. I used to be obsessed. I don't see her videos anymore with this girl who did school lunches. And she would pack her kids' lunches and she'd be like, Karsten is getting 4 graham crackers today. I ate that content up like a motherfucker. Or like, like that millennial content of like school lunches. Let's go to TJ Maxx. Like, and then she would do Friday treat and her kid would get to pick where they wanted their treat from that Friday. I was, oh my God, I fucking ate that content.
So it's like family YouTuber vibes.
I don't know. It was so comforting. School lunches. Have you never watched a school lunches video?
No, I like them.
I'm obsessed. Okay.
I love that.
That was very like 2020, 21 core. I don't really see it as much anymore.
Okay.
Gen Z. So love Fernanda and Sebastian. I love, you know who I've been obsessed with
Who?
recently, and you love her too. I think she's the funniest person ever. Dr. Natalia.
I love her.
Dr. Natalia, if you ever know who I like, ever see me on your For You page, just know like I love you. She probably never will.
She was in Austin once and I was such a fucking loser and I DM'd her and I was like, hey, I would love to hang out with you or like
I would
free to come
anything.
on my podcast.
I'm obsessed with her. I just want to pick her brain for a day.
I know. She's so funny. And you and I were saying this, like she posts like funny things sometimes and I'm like, oh wait, this is like a Gen Z joke. Like I don't get it.
Like she's almost so funny. I don't get it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm Gen Z.
But like I know it's supposed to be funny, but like I don't get it.
And I'm like, how do you come up with this shit? Also, her diet is crazy. Like it's so good. Like she eats so.
She's a health queen.
She's a health queen. Like I watch what she eats. I'm like, okay, noted. We needed to do that. Love Dr. Natalia. I do like Jake Shane. I'm sorry.
He's like the king of the Gen Z.
He's so funny.
Everyone's obsessed with him, and I love his like little friend group. Like that they all live together. They're so funny.
He's so funny. I love Strawberry Milk Mob.
I love her.
Her build like is crazy. It's crazy. Me and How does she look like that?
No, that's like pure genetics. Like that's the thing. Like I wish I knew in my early 20s because I would see girls like her and I'd be like, oh, I have to work out more. Like that's genetics. Like
it's not happening for me, babe.
Yeah, like that's just never gonna be me.
She is like, no.
No, that was who we were. And the last time we recorded, we said Strawberry Milk Mob is a good dupe, like a Gen Z dupe for the Kardashians. Because they're so aspirational and like I love watching their family
like the Strawberry Milk Mob family and they're being on that crazy yacht.
On the yacht. Like that's like
they
rich
need a
shit.
show. If they had a show, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
It should be called like The Mob or something.
Mr. Roberts loves her content because he always loves like reason blah 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 why I love men.
No, and the thing is that's crazy I think about her is because obviously like female influencers typically attract more of a female following.
Yeah.
Men like think she's hilarious too. Like Rafa loves her. Rafa follows her. My brother follows her. Like she has, I think, just an insane audience because it's like men and women.
Yeah.
Which I think is rare.
Totally. I love her.
I love her. She's so funny. I love her family. I like Monet McMichael. I think she's just gorgeous. She's cute. She's like radiant. Like she just gives good positive vibes.
Yeah.
Do you know her?
Yeah. No, she's good vibes.
I love Katie Ritchie.
Who's Katie Ritchie?
She's a lot. I think she's younger. She's definitely younger than me. But she's just look her up. She's this really. You've definitely seen Katie Ritchie. How can you be
younger than you? You're like the youngest person I know.
But she's also like cute. She has an amazing story.
Katie Ritchie. What's her story?
She just
2.2 million.
Yeah, I love her. You should follow her. She's so cute. She just had like a kind of crazy upbringing and like past and childhood. And
interesting. She's
just like been through some crazy shit, and I just love her. I think she's so cute, very like positive vibes. Okay, I love Graydon Cutler and like Hallie Batchelder.
Okay,
sometimes I just need like unhinged content like that. Like I just need to consume that shit. Like, you know, they're so like fucking random and funny.
They're wild. Mr. Roberts is like an early adopter of Hallie Batchelder. He was like, you need to follow this girl. She's going to blow up. She's like so fucking funny.
She's so funny.
And like her little like we always
What I don't get is how she can set up the camera and be funny, not just for like 10 seconds. She can be funny for like 2 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And never have a cut.
Never have a cut.
Never have to pause and be like, wait, what should I say next? She's just like, she just does it. I'm like, how?
That's like one thing that I think a lot of the TikTok girlies like we struggle with is like, and our brains are like actually like malfunctioning because we're so used to like doing the cuts. And I want to go back to like the long form. Like I want people who like can entertain me for like a long period of time.
She can entertain me for a long period of time.
Well, she's going to have a podcast with Alex Cooper's network.
She's so perfect for Unwell.
Yeah. And she's young.
I've been an early adopter of Graydon. You know Graydon, right? I followed him for a while.
Friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I followed him before I followed her. And he makes quokkies. Like he makes cocktails all the time. They're always drinking. Oh my God. And he's just like funny. I don't know. I love him. He's a rotter. He loves to rot.
Rot.
Like
that's what you guys also like to say, rot.
Yeah.
I would call it festering. Like that's
Ew.
what, yeah.
When I think of festering, I think of like a wound. Like a wound, like infected.
No, we would always like in my sorority, we'd be like, let's go fester. And like we would just like fester, like, and just like it would be rotting.
Yeah.
Like rotting is like honestly kind of gross too. Like rotting makes me feel
so much grosser.
Fester. No, like you're just like festering. It's like the perfect way to like describe what you're doing because you're like not doing anything. You're just like festering.
Who are your favorite Gen Zs?
I really like this girl, Taryn Lamb.
Oh.
The real Taryn Lamb.
Oh, I think I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's like really funny.
Oh, yeah.
Great style.
Oh, cool.
I like you. I like following Kennedy. I think Kennedy's like so funny. She's like, I think you both transcend like the generations. Like you appeal a lot to like millennials too, I think. Like I don't like when people are so Gen Z that like they like no one else can understand them, you know?
Yeah.
I do consume Jake Shane's content, Hallie Batchelder, who else?
Dr. Natalia.
I really I follow very few people I like to follow. Like I'm a cringe follower.
Yeah, you love to like cringe and hate follow.
I know, like I like to torture myself.
See, like
people.
if I really can't stand something, I'm blocking it.
No, I love it. I like to fester in it. I like to like really just like be like, oh, I fucking can't stand. Oh, I like House Chris. I love her content. Like her content is very soothing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this for me the third time. Your time is so valuable and you're spending it with me on a Saturday.
I am.
And we've spent so much time together the last 3 days. And we've
gotten really close. It's like when you go to summer camp and you like bond so closely with someone and that you're almost like scared to leave them.
I know. I'm like, what are we going to do?
Like it feels like we're at summer camp.
I know. But you're moving literally right down the street from me. So we're going to have so many pool days.
We need Meg to move near us.
I know. We need Meg. You need to
Meg and Coleman, you need to move over to
that's
the area. I ain't gonna say where. We don't need people coming and finding us on our walks.
Thank you so much. I mean, obviously everyone already follows you, but tell the millennials where they can find you.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, Jade. This was really fun. Holy shit. I just really went like, I feel like I blacked out. No idea what we talked about.
I know.
You can find me on TikTok at The Real Taryn Lamb. The reason it's The Real Taryn Lamb is that Taryn was my alter ego in college, like when I would start rolling in the dirt and being found in a ravine. And then Instagram, Taryn_Lamb, Lamb like the animal. And then
don't mix your goats.
YouTube, Taryn Lamb, baby.
Tearing It Up podcast.
Tearing It Up podcast.
You have a great podcast. You're actually fucking killing it with your podcast. Like it's going to be so big. I'm so excited for you. It is. Yes, it is.
Whatever. Tearing It Up podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And
rate, review, subscribe.
Rate, review, subscribe to The Tea with Jade B because she's killing it.
Oh my God,
and The Tea with Jade B is it's the future.
It's not even posted
It's the
yet.
future of how we get our news.
Exactly.